I was born in October 1970, the last quarter, but not the end of the fiscal year. I only state this because I believe this explains why I've always been bad with money. It would take me 40 years to realize that the 70s, that was the gateway to the second world, the world in which I exist now. But not just me. Every African American is trapped inside this 2,000 by 3,000 mile prison. This second world is full of single moms, missing dads. Man, if you were born after 1977, the first world, it only existed on TV, and they didn't look like you. Not until a strange man created one for us. He refused to perpetrate the second world's propaganda. Then, and only then, we saw a glimpse of the first world. During the 40s, the 50s, and 60s, the family picture was complete. I know this because this is the first world I was born into. I'm the proverbial .5 kid that would go along with the two other kids, that would go along with the white picket fence, that would go along with the father that worked and the mother that kept house. My sisters excelled in education, and they competed at local talent shows and did well. My little green army men, they occupied my mind. I dreamed of being a soldier like my dad. This first world was dying the day I was born, and I wouldn't see it for another 7 years. I wouldn't feel it for another 40. The second world began when my father left. He left for grown-up reasons. Knowing what I know today, I applaud him. I cheer him for doing what he had to do, not what he wanted to do. As a man, I know, every man knows, we never want to leave. What we want to do is endure to the end. We want to find a way to change it. We want to thug it out. We want to throw more money at it, more time at it. We want what we both wanted the day we stood side by side and both said, I do. I know my dad didn't want to leave my sisters. I know he didn't want to leave me. I just know it. Maybe he's still alive today because he did. I'm not talking about breathing. I'm talking about the light that's still in his eyes. We all survived, and I can't downplay the price we paid. But we suffered, and we lost so much. The second world is void of the things that kept us together. If we were making a cake, I would say that the eggs were missing. Somehow between 1970 and 1980, the entire world as I knew it changed. It was before crack, before the rap. It was way, way before the pill culture that we live in right now. In fact, it's safe to say that the second world provided the perfect proving grounds for the filth that infests the world right now. It's almost as if the black man was a shield against this chaos. It was like, for some reason, someone knew that if the father was consistently absent from the home, that the family could be induced and seduced into madness. And this is what happened. It's like a plan or a plot. It took me 40 years to ask myself, how did I go from living like the Cleavers to living on government aid? Everything fell apart. It was like the rug was pulled from underneath my feet. My children, they live in the second world, except daddy's home. Please don't assume that my present makes it the first world. The scenario is totally different because it's still not the same. Now we both work, and we both have witnessed more second world activity than first world activity, and all we know is pain, and hope has been replaced with fear. We sacrifice, but our sacrifice is personal. And trust is real low. Like my father before me, I don't want to leave my kids. I need them more than they will ever need me. We had a unity once. Once we were led by heads of households and father figures, men we called dad, daddy, pops, and pa. They didn't call us nigga. They didn't teach us to be real niggas. They made us do our homework, and they made sure we were home before dark. I mean, what if that was it? What if every father was home and made sure that their kids did their homework and was home before dark? What if that was it? What if the rift could be sealed that easy? What if time could be reversed? What if this could be the first world? What if we were the Cleavers again?